Find the equation of the line through 4, -3 and 1, -2. There are two things I need whenever I have to find the equation of the line. One of them is the slope, and the other is the y-intercept. Since I have not been given the slope, I want to look at my ordered pairs and use the slope formula to calculate the slope. I'm going to choose my pairs and label them so that I know one of them's the first point and one of them's the second point. This time I'm going to start off with a 1, -2 as my first point. So I'm going to label that x1, y1. And 4, -3 as my second point. So I'll label that x2, y2. So if I plug those into the formula, y2 is -3. I have the minus sign from the slope formula. y1 is -2. x2 is 4. And x1 is 1. So I'll calculate my slope. -3 minus a -2 is a -1, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So now I can label my slope as -1/3. Since the directions are asking us to find the equation of the line, I'm going to also need to find the y-intercept. The first thing I always do is check to see if either of the given points are the y-intercept. If you look at the x value of each of the points, they are not the y-intercept. This means I'll have to use my slope-intercept form, plugging in my slope for m. So m is -1/3. And then choosing either of the points to plug in to the slope-intercept form so that I can actually calculate b. So I'm going to choose 4, -3 to plug into my slope-intercept form, which means I will have to plug in x equals 4 and y equals -3 into my slope-intercept form. So let's do that. -3 equals -1/3 times 4 plus b. So now I'm left with an equation where all I have to do is solve for b in order to find the y-intercept. So I will do that by first simplifying the right-hand side. -1/3 times +4 is -4/3. I'm going to rewrite my plus b. And since I don't have my calculator with me right now, I will clear fractions from the equation by multiplying both sides by the LCD, which is 3. So 3 times -3 is -9. And I want to show that I'm distributing the 3 to both terms. So I'll do that. 3 times -4/3 plus 3 times b. So let's simplify that. -9 equals, Keep in mind that when I multiply 3 times negative 4/3, I'm able to cross cancel, and I should get a negative 4. And I'll have plus 3b as well. Now adding 4 to both sides of the equation will give me negative 5 equals 3b. And if I divide both sides by 3, we will get b equals negative 5/3. So at this point, we found the value of b, which is our y-intercept, so I'll replace that in. Y-intercept equals negative 5/3. So what will happen? I remember that the problem is asking me to find the equation of the line. So we have all of our parts, slope and y-intercept. So now the final item to answer is actually by writing the equation. And remember, using slope-intercept form, we will be writing in the value of the slope and the value of the y-intercept. So that should leave us with y equals negative 1/3 x plus a negative 5/3. And if we again look at how we are adding a negative number, most of the time you'll see the final answer will be simplified as y equals negative 1/3 x minus 5/3. And so that's the equation of the line through the points 4, negative 3, and 1, negative 2.